And what's up, everybody? We're back here, me and my buddy Clayton, to give you the back 10 of the first round of the Johnson Park Championship. If you followed us in the first 9, you saw Willie put up a good 6 under through 9, and you actually saw Mr. Vaughn put up a 7 through 9. So Johnson's quite the birdie fest, but at the same time, you have to earn each and every birdie. Again, thank you, Crew 42, for the coverage we have here. We have a great card, and we're really excited to be here, honestly, to watch the back 10. They did add an extra holder in this tournament, it was what I was told.
Yep. Hole 19, side of the hill. Hole number 10 right here, 263, par 3. Little sidearm typically. You want to see a sidearm skipping towards the green. You do see some backhands if they're going to play it and slide up towards that basket. Not too difficult of a hole here. First round, it played 2.62 under par. Here we go, Willie with this drive.
Willie's been really working on his forehand this offseason, and it looks very impressive. Looks a little short.
His reaction didn't say that.
And this is what happens at Johnson.
100% roll away.
This pin is also placed on the edge of a slope right behind it, so if you go with a little bit too much club, you will see yourself at the bottom of the hill. Trevor with a beautiful forehand. That's going to skip in here nicely.
Yep.
And
you will find this basket kind of on a little bit of a flat pocket, which is what you're trying to hope for. A little bit of a skip to the pocket, and then you should be good for tapping in.
Definitely has like a little bowl.
It's got this, this little tap-in factor. You know you're good.
You know it's a forehand hole when Jeff Keeley's pulling out a beautiful forehand.
Almost hitting the cameraman.
Almost catching the catch cam. Robert lined up a forehand as well. And he looks like it's a little left. And he's going to hit a few trees and line up. Just not very happy with it. This is a scary putt.
Got the backdrop on the left. It's hard to see right here.
Well, and he's kind of a floater just for safety. And he's in that bowl that we were talking about.
He's been putting like that all day. It looks like this is landing flat on the ground. I like that.
I do too. Willie kind of getting some shrubs on the way through.
Tough window.
Trevor's beautiful forehand. Good birdie there. And Jeff from behind the pin, probably 10 feet maybe. He's having his birdie. And 2 out of 4 is pretty good, but I typically would expect about 3 out of the 4 players on the card to get a birdie on this hole.
100%.
But again, another hole at Johnson where it could be instantly turned into a 4. You roll down that hill, and you can't really see too much, you know?
This is signature Johnson.
Signature.
You think you have a good throw, and then you don't.
Absolutely. Hole 11, we have a 235-foot hole. Slightly downhill, if not
slightly downhill.
I would say more than slightly. It's
on the side.
It's blind from the tee. You really need to control your speed.
This sidearm, this is rare. Love this.
Such a touch. And that is looking so good.
Holy cow. Oh my.
This is Johnson.
That was a razor claw too.
That was a beautiful forehand too to have it.
That's unfortunate.
You see either like that touch forehand's rare, but it's typically like a understable putter just to ride that hill. You see how that hill is sliding down to the left? This looks perfect.
That's what you want.
He's going to take this hill and it's going to slide it right down to the pin.
Even then, though, you do want to be hitting the top of the hill and have that slide because you know you're going to get that 30 to 45-foot slide down the hill. So I aim right at the top of the hill and hope I hit it.
Totally agree. Willie going with a putter, it looks like.
It's not about wanting an uphill putt or a downhill putt here. It's about getting it inside the circle.
I totally agree. Sometimes you don't even... Yeah. Again, it's blind from the tee, so you might think you had a great shot and find yourself 50 feet past it left.
100%. Another sidearm. This is the problem, though.
That is a touchy forehand. He looks like he turned it over just a little bit.
That's the problem because you're going downhill. Your disc is going to get a little bit more or less stable, I suppose, because it's going downhill, picking up speed. It's very tough.
Agree totally. Willie looking from about 40, 45, and that is a scary putt.
Yep. I would have been halfway committed as well.
Yeah, for sure. We give it a little half go. He looks like about 42. He looks like he's got a hill on this side, but
the way he putts, though, this could work out. Let's go. Oh.
Ooh, so close, he thought. So close.
Yep.
And this is where Trev's beautiful forehand rolled to. Got a little putt.
Come on.
Sit.
Are we going to see another one? Oh, my. You going to get out of the way, Trevor?
I don't know what you do after that. That's tough. You know, you don't move very much for your next shot.
He's got more opening. Definitely in his own head right here.
For sure,
That's tough.
That's frustrating. Jeff for the solo birdie.
Again.
And there he goes. Yeah,
it's big time.
Strokes on folks.
We're seeing a lot of that today.
That's a very common pattern at Johnson is like somebody gets lucky, not even necessarily lucky, but a good tree kick which stops you by the pin when your good shot hits a tree and rolls.
Yeah.
It's different. It's
demoralizing. You have to keep your head in the game here.
For sure. Your mental game is super important at Johnson.
Here's another one. Speaking of mental.
Hole 12. This is a scary 196-foot hole.
Is this one where you're aiming for the ground right here?
I'm trying to honestly slide it up the whole way.
Yeah.
You know, with a forehand. You'll see a forehand or a turnover putter, typically. Death drop off behind the pin.
Are we going to see some backhands right here? Are these guys madmen?
Oh, I think you'll see a lot of forehands that are just going to slide up. This looks a little turn, and if it's going too fast, this...
Oh, that is such
a good
love.
tree. There is a road at the bottom of this hill that
you can get there.
Easy. Easy.
All right, here we go.
It looks like he's going with a zone 2.
Yep.
That's it. The slide I'm talking about.
Michigan disc golf zone. Skip.
And watch the roll. Johnson
no.
Park
Stop
Championship.
it.
Stop it.
Hit that thing. They put it there on purpose. There we go.
That's a good log.
Let's go.
Still going to have 70 feet coming up.
All right, here we go. It's a harp, a zone, one of
zonist,
those flat top putters.
And he's going for that
That's
overstable touch
buttery.
forehand.
Is he going for the basket? This guy's a madman.
Oh, here we go.
Here comes the show.
How far can this roll is the question.
Love.
Oof.
Lots of love here.
You know, that's a good shot.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't really be frustrated at your throw rather than just the unluckiness of it hitting the ground like that and rolling down the hill. He's going razor claw. That's typical miss is you hyzer up the hill.
That's how you want to miss.
Exactly. And you are going to have a scary circle's edge putt going straight downhill.
Another sidearm here. Okay.
With 3 putters in his hand.
Looking like a layup. Yep.
Smart.
Smart. Very smart.
Smart.
Willie's big putt time.
Come on. He's due. He won a round at least.
Oh,
Sit.
my goodness. He wouldn't have seen it go in. He almost fell over. Good try.
We got Jeff coming back up the hill.
Straddle up the hill.
Can you get enough speed?
Semi-overstable putter. That's going to be tough.
Very tough. That looks like his rhino.
Yeah. You're going to need something.
And this is the miss. This is the putt you get if you saw your forehand off. He's not scared. Never, Trevor.
Scared at all. Look at the pop coming out of the hand. That's what you want.
Gives you a little camera thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else will be cleaning up their pars, which you want the 2 more than anything when you step up to the tee box. You're like, there it is. But I have seen some extremely large numbers on this 196-foot hole.
Definitely. Trevor with the lone deuce.
Strokes on folks.
Absolutely. Turn around the camera, give it a big thumbs up. Shout out to Great Lakes Disc Golf on his back.
Head into hole 13, another short 190-foot hole, but this one has a lot of teeth between you and the basket.
Yes, but they did open it up this year by cutting out the V tree. There's this tree right in front of the pad that had this right branch or limb or whatever that was cutting off most of the fairway. They actually opened it up
to the turnover backhand, I'm assuming then?
Yeah, so
you see a lot of guys throwing this. Yep. Perfect. And if you can get the putter turned over like Trevor,
like over it early,
if you just miss that tree, it's going to ride over and hit the hillside, which takes away most of its momentum. Jeff with a turnover.
So good. Come on, get there.
Beautiful. But again, between all the low-hanging branches and the trees, as well as what happens once the disc hits the ground, this hole, you want the 2 more than anything, but you're not guaranteed.
You know, I'm just an amateur, but I like that low sidearm flip to flat like line that just hits the side of the hill and counter skips straight forward.
I know that one, and there's also a scary forehand. You can see it just over the T sign.
Yeah.
There's a tiny window to the right that you can flick a forehand through, and it heads right to the basket.
There we go.
This is the forehand Clayton was talking about. And look at that.
That gives you a putt.
That is about what you want.
It takes out those higher branches.
I agree with you. Totally.
All right,
Trev, and this is where
big up shot.
Save par on a 190-foot hole.
Yep.
Little hyzer looks perfect.
That's Michigan golf though.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Half the time you're playing at one of these courses.
He is in jail. Didn't deserve to be there. Super nice guy. Skip in.
He'll have a putt, looks like.
That's a good out, actually.
I had no idea where he was going to throw that.
Circle's edge, actually. I thought he actually punched a little bit further. Circle's edge.
So good.
From the knee. That is so good. Robert looking from about 25 feet after a great drive, and he's sneaking out, getting away from this hole with a good score. That birdie's really nice. And Jeff cleaning up as well.
Buckets.
Just want to shout out to Great Lakes Disc and the local Grand Rapids community for always keeping our courses at the top tier. You know, tee signs, baskets,
and Zach. Crew 42 right there to our left.
Everybody who does the courses in the Grand Rapids area are beautiful. Hole 14, 131 feet. I believe, statistically speaking, the easiest hole on the course, but it's really not that easy. You'll see a turnover putter or a standstill flick forehand, and you just need to beat that first few trees.
You beat that gap, then you're
right.
putting.
Yeah, you're right next to the basket.
You have those 2 trees right there behind the baskets, but if you hit those 2 trees, typically you're good unless you get a roll away. Sidearm flick. Yep, that's a good looking play.
And again, you're going to be putting.
100%. Counter skip.
Almost a must get, but again, accidents can happen. Trev, I believe, is his MD5.
Goes high on this one. A little too high.
He smiles just thinking about it. You can see Willie throw his turnover backhand.
Really gets that body angle right.
Definitely.
Throws it up there.
Perfect.
Very good.
Didn't see where Trevor ended, but looks like he's got a long uphill putt. Sit. And he'll be fine for his par. Sit.
No.
Oh, a very fortunate bounce off that basket.
It's a lot of pressure on this hole. When you have those, deuce or die holes, it's like you're 25 feet out.
This one as well. Like when you think you got the perfect drive and you get up to it and you're 20 feet away, you almost take it for granted because it is a 131-foot hole. But the hole is obviously in any disc golf is not over till you make that putt. So I think mentally you think, wow, I made the drive's perfect. I got my 2.
But then also, Centala playing with these big gunners, Willie Prince, Kuehle.
You got to get obviously thinking about the nerves and thinking about just the competitive factor of the round. It's a big putt.
100%.
Hole 15, we have a 261-foot hole that requires, to me, a straight to relatively overstable backhand hyzer.
Yeah, this is the only decision you have to make is whether you're going to go fairway or overstable putter, in my opinion. Agreed.
And you just need to make sure you hang it out wide, not saw it off, and you're typically going to get within inside the circle.
Yep, he's going pig. I think that's a good choice.
That's a good speed. That's how you control the speed coming into the hill.
Yep.
Typically, the most common mistake is kind of what he just did, is you just don't put it wide enough. It hits there's actually a big tree in the middle of the fairway that catches most of the disc. Willie's going Raptor. And wide, it's going to come fight back to about 30 feet.
Nice shot.
Perfect. Yep. We got Robert looking like he's going
fairway.
Possible Raptor as well, overstable. Hanging out wide.
A little too wide, maybe. We'll see.
And against going to spike to... Yeah, he hung that out.
Wait, yeah.
40 feet? 40.
You're going to want that height, and you're going to be listening for that tree crashing because those branches are right above the basket. I'm aiming for that tree down there.
Trev going MD5. Beautiful rainbow swirl.
Shout out to Justin Larson dying all of Grand Rapids disc right now in a very, very good way.
He's good at it.
Yeah,
I've heard nothing but good things.
100%.
And again, Trevor sawed it off early, catches that big tree. Now you have a low ceiling, almost unmakeable putt. It's tough.
Goes over a branch, under a branch,
and just hope it kind of goes in the basket.
Yup.
Jeff, same way, kind of going uphill.
Here. He might have something.
I agree with you.
Oh!
Just a touch short. Sit.
You're good.
He'll be fine. Yep. Get off here. Now the two guys who threw the outside hyzers. We got Robert coming from about 40.
It's an open look over there.
Yep, it is.
You can get in trouble if you slide, and we're not going to slide. We're good.
Good. Fortunate route there again. Rolls can happen at any point. And Willie with the best drive of the group, looking from about circle's edge. Bang. Confident putt. Strokes on, folks. Another hole where one person on the card gets a birdie while everyone else is pars, which I mentioned it before and I'll mention it again, is a common thing at Johnson Park. Cleaning it.
He's always carrying a broom.
Always.
Everywhere he
Honestly,
goes.
one of the nicest disc golfers, willing to sweep the pads. Whether it's
hope he's on the pad before you.
For sure, the guy he TDs events. I mean, he's been in this scene for a long time, and respect. Yeah, for sure. Mad respect.
This is a hole that can get you. It's very easy, but it can get you because behind the basket you can see the road right there.
That road, that same one you saw, I think on block 12.
You're going to want something stable because you want it to spike in the ground. If you go a little bit understable, it might glide out on you. We'll see what's happening.
Went zone or putter, sawed it off just a little early.
It's good stuff.
The best thing about this hole is the sand that is around the pin does catch hyzers. It slows your speed down, which you'll see. He looks like he's going rhino or caltrop again. Hyzers in, hits the ground, and kind of slows down.
You're going to have that backhand play here. You might have a thumber play over the top if you're really feeling your thumber that day. But as a right-handed player, the sidearm is just a no-go. You're going to be sailing out.
Definitely agree. Robert again. Ooh, he looks like he's flexing something relatively overstable. And a lot of this hole, too, is once you throw it, you kind of hope to miss that tree. That big tree you see right next to Trevor's left shoulder.
You hope you're diving in right before it.
Right before that, yep. It looks
that
like
could be it.
That could be it, exactly.
And it's not.
That's the
That's all right.
Downhill 45-footer, not worried he makes this. Oh, what?
Goodness gracious, that's the name of his round for this guy.
Come on.
Let's go.
Robert again, downhill 40-footer. Looks like he's putting a little ante on it.
A tree.
It's
tree 9.
Early.
Gosh.
That's going to be more than he wants to chew off for his par putt, but we know that he's been putting really well today, so I'm confident he makes this. Two branches. That you need to shake that one off coming into the last two holes because the last two holes here at Johnson are tough.
3 holes for the tournament, my guy. 19,
oh yeah,
baby.
I forgot about the
19.
Extra. Thank you. That is
good
a
catch,
good
Calvin.
That another birdie from Jeff. He is having a very solid back 10.
Willie. First one I've seen him left short.
For sure, looked a little goofy off his hand. Robert's going to step off with a bogey. A little upsetting, but again, it can happen. Willie's going to clean up his par.
Big time.
Now we get to some open throwers. Do you want to explain these ones?
Absolutely. I love these holes.
He loves these holes.
Okay, 17, just throw it basically as hard as you want to throw it. Get it up to the top of the hill. Maybe pick something overstable if you got a big enough arm, or if you don't have a big enough arm, flip it flat, ride it up all the way. It's not too big of a deal.
It says 313. I would assume it's close to 420, 450. And you are going instantly uphill off the tee box, which is going to automatically stable out most shots.
This hole played as a 2.69 during the tournament, so pretty good still.
That's a lot of birdies.
100%.
You see Willie probably going with an overstable.
Maybe a little too high.
And it's going to look like it's coming up a touch short.
I think he's got that putt. We'll see. That is a 30.
You've been putting in the woods for the last 16 holes, and you get into these last couple.
You might get a little wind out here.
For sure. This is where the wind picks up at Johnson. Trevor, I imagine going DD3.
Plants his foot on top of the barricade up there.
Threw that close to perfect.
Captain Morgan this hole for sure. Nice throw.
Robert. Some blue disc.
Haven't seen this one yet.
Looks
Probably going to see some new discs on this hole in the next.
Right. You're going to speed it up a little bit.
100%.
And look, wow.
There it is.
What a throw, Robert.
Too good. Couldn't even catch it.
This is where the wind picks up, and you have that 30 to 40 footer that.
With a rhino, though.
Oh my.
Yeah, hate to see it.
You can see he's thinking, oh,
stop it. What is going on?
Johnson Par Championships.
Definition TM.
Right, Willie, for his 2, look from about 40. Oof. Frustrated with that one. That's a tough putt. Uphill. More than Jeff wanted after the roll. And
almost falls in on the backside of the basket.
Johnson Park.
There you go, TB.
She can do you so dirty so quick. TB for a big birdie. Beautiful.
Nice shot. Big fan.
And Robert as well for the birdie. Getting strokes on some folks. I truly believe this is a crucial tee shot.
Oh.
You got Zach in the back there.
Looking good.
Bam. couple cleanups, and we are going to go to one of the most signature holes in Grand Rapids.
Yeah, let's see if we can see this castle in the background.
Let's see. Ooh, a little bit of frustration from Jeff, but totally understand. Look at the wind in the back as well. That bush is moving. Clayton, I know this is one of Clayton's favorite holes, so I'll let him explain this.
18, 487 downhill. You can get there in the mid-range if you're crazy. You can get there with a driver. Personally, if I'm playing a competitive round, I'm going high speed, out wide. Big hyzer, spike it in there. The stand's going to catch it. You're not going to get a skip at the end of this.
Agreed.
Yep.
You just totally need to make sure you have the right speed coming into the pin. Otherwise, that road, again, can come into play long. And if you're short, that hillside will check you up to where you're not going to have a putt. So
I like that play right there. Throwing it down the hill versus straight out and letting the wind affect you too much.
he's pin high, just a little right.
Pin high. Look, I'm not sure if I have that same disc. It looked like that Tri-Fly DD3 that I often throw.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Robert, can't tell what he's
Another
throwing.
new disc.
Looks like a
Nuke.
Nuke, yeah, for sure. And this is a one
Holy
mistake.
cow, look at the wind flag right there.
For sure. Is turning it over too much, which will glide you into the parking lot.
He needs the beef.
And
does he hit the car?
Kept him in bounds. I don't know if the parking lot is open.
Shout out to the Honda Civic over there. Here we go.
For sure. Willie's probably going Onyx, something overstable. Zeus maybe, hanging out wide.
I'm assuming an Onyx for this guy.
Me too.
But wait.
And he's hanging out a little perfect.
He's hanging in a little perfect. Let's go.
Let's go. You don't see that super often.
I'm assuming Jeff's going to throw this a little bit low right here. Let it do its thing. Yup.
The wind. Look at the banners, man. It is whipping.
A little bit before this bush.
Commonplace right there is right by that bush.
Yep, you got a putt.
Yep.
Shout out to the car.
After that car took a little bruise,
He
looks like he's got a pretty
zone?
clean up and down zone for sure. Little flicker.
Is he a disc golf guy then?
I'm not sure actually. I know that super awesome kid. I actually don't know his bag very well, but I do know that he is playing really good disc golf right now.
100%.
Trevor going for his birdie putt.
Oh,
get a little sprinkle of magic. You see that there?
Yeah.
Oh, I love him. This is the common putt right there. Left it short.
Gotta use those buns. Here we go.
Man, Willie Prince. That is a great two.
Yep, hole 19, baby. Let's move on after this one.
I'm
This
excited.
Is a big putt.
If I remember correctly, the added hole is going towards the practice basket from the side of the hill between hole 1's fairway and 18's fairway.
100%.
Yep.
No, it's a short little dinker. But today with the wind, it was playing very strange with this this tournament.
It's coming. Yeah, it's probably.
I've seen
It's probably blowing across the field almost.
100%. I saw a lot of tough putts, but they were made. There's a lot of tough putts made on 19. It's a basket that a lot of putts are made on anyways. It's a practice basket.
Right, exactly. How many?
Everybody's got the feel for it for sure.
And hole 19 to end this first round. It's a 250 foot, like we were explaining, kind of downhill to the practice basket, and it is. You want to get this birdie to end your day.
Lots of pressure. You can't really see the basket from the pad. You take 2 steps up and you can see it. Get in the bucket. Oh, good throw.
Look like a zone.
And that's what you end up with.
And you can do whatever you want to get to this pin. There's nothing in the way. You just need to, you really want to get within 20, 30 feet.
A little wide potentially here.
Too much speed coming in maybe?
Yep. And that's going to be a 35 to 40 footer. This is what I was seeing all tournament.
A little long.
Yeah, a lot of long putts into the right putts. Yep. This
zone, overstable zone.
This wind was not letting you fight back left very easily. Oh, that is perfect.
He didn't even look like he threw it that hard.
No,
so
you don't need to.
The hill kind of takes it. It looks like Jeff's again going with either his Rhino or his Caltrop. Hyzer outside. Let the wind kind of blow it in. And to end your day in a windy 30-foot putt is probably not ideal, but
Cojones.
You got to love it. He just doesn't even know how good he is.
Jordan Shrug. Let's go.
Looks like circle's edge with his Rhino. Low right.
He'll find rhythm again.
Willie again for circle's edge.
Good putt. Good
great way to end the day.
Yep.
Jeff coming back for his par. And Robert will be tapping out his park job for a birdie to end the day. And with that being said, after the first round, we have some good scores. We have Willie Prince coming in at a 10 under. We have Trevor at a 5 under. Robert at a 5 under as well. And we have Jeff at a 4.
Wow. You would expect to see a little bit more green on that, but it is windy today.
Windy, and again, Johnson Park Championship. That's all I have to say. The
First
rolls,
round, Zach Vaughn playing neg 12. I played with Reed Friscure on the AM card. Reed came in late. He shot neg 11.
You had to witness him put a 10-10.
I was giving this guy advice on holes, what to throw. He hasn't played this course very often.
Again, just want to say thank you for having us. We really enjoyed being here together and doing this commentary for the Johnson Park Championship. We'll catch you guys later for the round 2 action.
Yep. Go get a beverage and watch this YouTube commercial, and we'll see you soon.
Appreciate the support, and Crew 42, thanks to you as well. Thank you.